Good evening. Happy Friday. In fact, happy Good Friday. I hope you've had a great day today. The weather here in South Texas has been wonderful. Sunny, cool, very nice the day to be outside. Let me pull up my page and see if I can find us, and that wasn't the way to do it. That was to create a story. Since we're going to do the, there we are. Okay, since we're going to do the giveaway tonight, a little bit different.
Teresa Houston says hi.
Hey Teresa, thank you for joining tonight.
And Brenda Bracken says it's cold there.
Oh, is it? Well, how cold is cold, Brenda? It was cool here this morning. I think it was about 46 when we woke up, but it warmed up to about 70. It's been really nice. Needed a jacket. I walk a mile every morning. This morning I needed my jacket.
Melanie Dow.
Hi, Melanie. Okay, there's no mystery word tonight because we're going to give away an essential stencil. I have two left. I have the one that says Jesus, and you'll get your choice, and I have the one that says He is risen. And what I will do is, towards the end, I will just like scroll through, close my eyes, tap for it to stop, and the first comment I see gets a stencil. And let's see, our winners last week were Brenda and Teresa. Your stuff will go out in the morning. I haven't closed them up just in case you win tonight. So anyway, it's good for y'all. It's good for me that you're here. I know I seem a little rattled tonight. Ed's like, what else is new? Okay, I'm Julie with Creations by Julie. I go live every Tuesday and Friday at 6:30. Tonight we're going to do a very simple wreath. I showed you the Michael Dean petal a few weeks ago. And by the way, did y'all know I'm on YouTube? If you ever want to look for something, just go to YouTube and do a search for Creations by Julie. And the ones that I've downloaded should pop up, and it might be a little easier to find something. But we did a video on the Michael Dean petal for a sunflower. Tonight I'm going to show you two different ones. They're a lot alike, but it would just make your wreath look a little bit different. We're going to use the small board from Unique in the Creek. I put the link in the top of this video. Most of the time Amazon carries them, but right now they're out of the small ones. You could do the large one if you want to. It just makes a larger flower. I like the smaller ones. To me, it makes it plenty big enough. You also, on any of them, can add leaves if you want to, all the way around or just a few here and there. I don't add leaves to most of mine. There again, it's just a preference. My whole goal when I started this was to do affordable wreaths. And I have found that I need to stay with the small flower as far as the flowers, because it ends up making about a 24-inch flower, anywhere from 21 to 24 inches. And I can get that in a decent sized box, and shipping won't be outrageous. So anyway, we're gonna start with the board, and I'm just gonna review a little bit on how you load the board. You have, and I always forget the word Ed uses, but it's indented. You have two holes, countersink. You have two holes right here that if you just feel, they feel different. Those two are for your hanger, however you choose to hang it. You can use ribbon, you can use jute, you can use a zip tie. It's however you choose. The rest of them, and on this particular one, I did not add any holes, and I did not double. So I'll show you. I've got one almost finished, but I wanted to show you. If you're new to Unique in the Creek, these are plastic boards that just making the flowers, and you can make anything on them. I still use the Dollar Tree frames for most of my regular wreaths. They're getting a little hard to find right now, so we may all be switching to the plastic boards. But I've seen some lovely wreaths done on these boards just using, instead of zip ties, most of the time you would use a pipe cleaner if you wanted to add things to it. Okay, so you're going to take your pipe cleaner and take the thickest edge. You're going to come down a little. Take the thickest. Yeah. Okay, It still looks crooked to me. There's something weird. Okay, take the thickest edge of your pipe cleaner and you want the flat part up. Bend it and then take your board, start over here, and just put it in this way. That's just the fastest way to load your board. I have to feel, because y'all know I can't see. All right, so I'm just going to put a few in here, but you just go away all the way around in every hole, even these here in the middle, and put in your zip ties. Okay, once you get them all full, just turn it over and then lock them together. And when you hear it click, you know it's locked, okay? And you don't go all the way down, you just go until you hear it click, which is just usually pretty quick. If you're new to my page, be sure and tell us you're new, tell us where you're from so I can welcome you. And I appreciate all of you that come back week after week, and I hope I'm teaching you something. It's getting a little more challenging to try to come up with some things, but I think my problem is I try to come up with things for a month and I just need to work from week to week. Okay, so once you've got your board loaded, okay, just pretend it's loaded all the way around. Then you're going to take your mesh, and this is Deco Poly Mesh. Most of the time I use poly burlap, but this is a mesh that Laurie from Unique in the Creek got in, and it's a lot more affordable than the poly burlap. It's half the price of the poly burlap. And so I ordered some, and I really like it. Now, it feels different than the poly burlap, but it makes a pretty flower. It's a lot more plastic feeling. And I also have already cut these, and I used my wood burner to cut them. So the first petal really is the petal for leaves. This is how you're going to do your leaves if and when you wanted to add leaves. You get it with the curl up, turn it like a diamond, and then you're going to fold just like this, okay? You've got half here, half here. Instead of coming all the way into a diamond, you fold it like this, and then you're going to scrunch right there. Okay, and then you're going to take it and twist it. Now your leaves, and if you're doing from here outside, you might not close those up. You might want to leave it open to where, and it would need to go this way because you want your leaves out like this, okay? It just gives you a little bit different look. I didn't leave any of those open, so I'm not putting that one in there. All right, the one I did the flower with and the one that I like gives a little bit of a thicker petal. So I'm going to turn it, and I usually try to do it with the serge edge on my left all the time. And you just turn it under, and then you're going to go from corner to corner. It's not a whole lot of difference in these two different petals. Then you're going to take it, and you want your serged edge over the top of the other one. So I take it like that and kind of, it's a lot like the Michael Dean petal, but a little different. And then you just grab them here, and you about an inch, about a finger width, and then you put it in your board and zip it in. And then straighten your petals. You got to make sure it's zipped. And kind of straighten your petals out. And that one, you know, I could have swore I heard it. And it's still making a clicking sound, but it's not tightening. But that's okay. We'll leave that one because I may need that. All right, let's do another one. Serged edge to my left. One little fold under, and then just like you're ruffling it. Okay? Take it and find the serged edge and put it up over the top. Okay? Then it would go on top of this one. And see, that one tightened good. And I kind of fix them as I go. Okay, let's do another one. Serged edge. I mean, it's a very simple petal. Tuesday we did one that was kind of a complicated petal, but this one's not at all. And this is a little thin, but it covered the board just fine. All right, then you're going to put it in, tighten it up, fix your petals. This is still called a sunflower petal. Okay? Okay, that's basically, you're going to go all the way around the outside, tighten them, clip your things, then do the second row, and then the third row, and then at the bottom.
Karen says she likes that petal.
Yeah, this one's pretty. Let me show you one. I've almost got it finished. And I probably should not grab the petals. Okay, here's what it looks like. See, that's a pretty good sized flower. It's still the board. And you see I've done every one this way, and then these, and then the third row, all done the same way. So I'm going to do the middle. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 is going to be enough. If it doesn't cover the way I want it to, I might have to go in between and share those holes, but we'll see.
Karen Hunter says she loves hearing wind chimes.
Oh, yeah, we have the back door open.
We only have 12.
Yeah. Ed has a thing about wind chimes. They're all all over the patio. In fact, there's one there by the kitchen window, but I don't have it open. But okay. At least, I'd rather hear wind chimes than dogs. Huh? Well, you know what I didn't do? I didn't load the board for those last 3, and I remember.
Karen says she has 5.
You have 5 wind chimes? Yeah, Ed buys just about every time he sees them. Okay. Oops.
Brenda Bracken says it was 25 degrees there.
Ooh, now or earlier this morning?
She says it was.
It was 25. Wow.
Karen loves it. Petals.
Okay, I'm just putting these in here. And then I'm going to go close them up. And I probably won't need to put in but 2, and it'll tell me if I'm going to need to add. Because I'm going to use the same flower center that I used last week on the, I put a feeler thing out today. I'm not sure what kind of flower you would call that we did last week. Somebody told me they thought it looked like a marigold. I called it a daisy. I put it in my Etsy shop as a daisy, but it may not be. Okay, let's do this again. Scrunch it back up again. Flip it. And put it in there. But I think I can spread it out enough since it's not so much one-on-one. This makes a very pretty flower. And I think 4 will be enough. We'll see. I actually have a kit, one kit in my shop right now with this mesh and everything. You'll get the board, the zip tie. You get 40 pieces of mesh, which is more than you need, even if you have to do 8 here. Already cut. I've already cut them for you. The board, 40 zip ties, the center, and stuff to put the center on. I may already have it done. I'm not positive about that. I may have already put the pipe cleaners on the center for you. Okay. And it does not take long, but I didn't want y'all sitting here and watch me put in, what would this have been, 36?
Karen wants to know how much the poly was from Unique and McCree.
I think it's under $5. I believe it's like $4.50. I wrote it on no, this one I had like 6 rows of it and I used it. But I believe it was $4 and something. which if you wanted to order, like I said, Amazon's out of the small boards. Okay. That's 3. Let's see if we're going to get away with just doing 4. Yeah, so I have paid as much as $11 for poly burlap. And by this being plastic, you could put this totally out in the weather. This could go up in the pool area, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. Just depends on how much my center covers. I'm going to see in a minute here. But I'm going to go ahead and tighten these anyway, and then I'll put the center on there and see if I need to add. And this is the center. I ordered a bunch of them from Craft Outlet. And they're like, they're a little more expensive than the others, but they're $4.50. Yeah, you're only going to need 4. Okay, let me show you how to do the center. Are there any questions about the petal itself? Like I said, this one has no leaves or anything, and it's right at 24 inches. Okay, to do the centers, I take, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, if you were here last week, you know how I'm going to pick a winner. But just comment. So basically, I'll scroll through the comments. All you need to do is comment tonight, something. Give me a happy face, or give me a thumbs up, or... Sorry, my throat was getting weird. Okay.
Karen said she wanted a few green leaves.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... I think my neighbor bought one that had leaves on it, and she liked the leaves. But normally I don't add them. All right, I'm going to try to find the center here. And I'm just going to take the pipe cleaners and just kind of twist them around each other. And then I found these on Amazon. They're just gold U-pins, jewelry pins. They're not as big as the big floral pins. I don't know if you can see, but they're kind of smaller. And I like that. And all I'm going to do is get my glue gun. Oops. I'm going to need that too. Why don't you just go out there and get me another glue stick? The way... I'll be crawling under the table here. Okay, and then you just put it in. I'm putting just a little bit of glue on it. Thank you. But these gold ones are just not as big, and you get tons and tons of them. I probably will never need to order any more. Okay, I'm going to put one more, because that might have been on the same. You just got to be careful, because you prick your fingers.
What are the gold pins called?
They're called jewelry pins. Doesn't give a size or anything, but I mean, I got this whole pack, but they're U-pins is what's called, gold U-pins. They look exactly like, you know, those silver floral things that you buy. They're just smaller. Okay. And then I'm just going to put glue stick on. I'm going to put some glue right here and put a little, this is just a little piece of ribbon that I cut. Just to give it a little extra to keep them from pulling loose once you pull on them through there. You could probably just glue it and it would be fine, especially if you're making it for your front door. But since I make my things to sell, I want to make sure it's not going to come off. Push them all the way down in there. And like I said, these are plenty thick. You don't have to worry about them coming through to the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to put one side in my flour before I glue anything else. So it doesn't matter which way you go, but you want to do opposite, like two there, and then you want to go across from it, and so that you can see what I'm doing. I'll pull it through and then I'll show you. Probably would not have to glue it. See, I've put 2 here and 2 here across from each other, but I'm going to go back and add a little bit of glue just right on those, and you can't see it, but where I'm putting the glue is on my mesh centers, right in the center, so it'll make sure it sticks. And then I'm trying not to put it through the holes, and it should be center if you've got.
Brenda wants to know what size center did you say?
I didn't say, but I believe it only comes in one size, and I want to say that it's a 7-inch. I know it's not the 11. Brenda, if you want the item number, it's FJ5175. And of course, they're made in China.
Unique in the Creek?
Yeah. Well, no, I think I got these from Craft Outlet, I believe. Is where I got them. But if I hadn't already stuck it on there, I'd measure it for you. But I believe it's 7 inches. You could, yeah, that's 5. Lori at Unique in the Creek has got some really pretty blingy rope now that would make gorgeous centers. Okay, then we're going to turn it over here. You can make these flowers, y'all, on these boards. You can make them so fast. If you can find the mesh and stuff to do it. It's getting to where places are really having problems keeping stuff in
Brenda
stock.
wanted to know if you'd ever repainted that. I can answer that.
Well, not this particular one. I have spray painted, you know, those flat ones, Brenda, that we used to use all the time. And I started using these when it got to where it was so hard, because the flat ones are cheaper. But yes, I ordered a bunch of cream color, and I've painted them green. I've painted them black, a lot of black, I think. I just take the cream ones and paint them. The other day, I think I painted one that was yellow, but I wanted it to be orange. Or vice versa. I think it was orange and I wanted it to be yellow. But yeah, I just take spray paint and paint them. Okay, this is where I will put my business card. And you see I used jute for my hanger. So there's this one. And it's plenty full. You will definitely, I wasn't sure about 40 pieces in the kit, but it is. And it, like I said, y'all, the kit, I've already heat sealed it for you, but I only have one kit. I do still have some of the kits for the lilies. No, my mind. Tulips. I'm telling y'all, I'm scatterbrained tonight. Y'all be so proud of me. I gave myself a shot yesterday. And I thought, you're not too old to learn new things, so maybe it's what's making me scattered today. Okay, well, that's it for tonight, basically, y'all. Gosh, 30 minutes. We did good. But once you cut your mesh, and this has got, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, how close can you see this? This is a delay, so I can't see. But it's got big lines it makes it pretty easy to heat seal. Okay, let's see who our winner is tonight. I got to start at the top and come down. So let's scroll. Karen Boyd Hunter. So Karen, congratulations, and you get your choice of if you want He is Risen, or which would be a great one for today, but I also realize Easter's over. But there's this one and this one. Now remember, these are the regular stencils that I showed y'all last week where you use the flat-headed brushes on. So Karen, just let me know which one you want, and Ed will get it out in the mail to you tomorrow. He's my shipping department. All right, this one will be on my website one day next week probably.
He is risen, please.
Okay, I will get that out to you, and thank you so much, and I appreciate y'all being here. I know this is a holiday, and that's one reason I wanted to keep it really short. And like I said, it's that same petal. If you have any questions at all, just ask me. I'll go back and read all the comments and questions that you might have in the thing.
Karen wants to know, do you spray it?
You mean with the sealant? I normally do. I just, and you know you can't get away without going to get something. It's not the matte, but the clear. I use it's on the other shelf, babe. And I get it at Walmart, and it's only like $3.96 a can, and it'll last a long time. Is that the clear? Yeah. Make sure you get the gloss or semi-gloss. Your matte is good for some things, but it will put a film on your, can they see that?
Yeah.
It will put a film on your flower. I don't know that this one would have to be sealed, but I will spray it. To me, it just kind of gives it that little bit of extra. But it's the Rust-Oleum 2X clear. And just give it a light spray. You don't want to do it heavy, just give it a light spray. But I really like this mesh, y'all. And like I said, it's called Deco Poly Mesh. And I know Lori from Unique in the Creek had ordered tons of the yellow. It's just, see, it looks darker in here, but because it's wrapped up. But it's not, it's the same stuff. It holds its shape just like the poly burlap for half the cost. And that's what I like. Okay, y'all, we are done for tonight. I will see you now next week. No, next week we will be here, right? All week. Okay, so next week I think we're going to do some more stenciling, which I will tell y'all, if you like Magnolia Designs, now might be a time for you to look into becoming a creator, because they're offering a 10% off, like your next order. Doesn't come off the kit, but it does come off your next big order or whatever. But I am working on putting together some sample kits too. And one of them is going to be the cross with the stencil. I can do all things through Christ. So that's going to be one of the things. Yeah. Ed's just waving at me.
There's lots of them telling you Happy Easter.
Oh, you too. Y'all have a great weekend. It's just going to be me and Ed. As far as I know, we won't see any family. We're kind of getting used to that. But we are, I think it's the 17th. We're going to be gone for a week, and we're really anxious for that. So y'all have a great Easter. Enjoy your family. Be safe. And I will see you Tuesday night at 6:30. Bye.